You're not really saying that music can kill, are you?
Yes, I am.
Music can be a very powerful thing. Nothing galvanizes the emotions as quickly.
Hello, kitties. We are going to have a real good time together because we are talking with Secret Monkey Weekend. Uh, you will know the beginning of the interview. I do mention or kind of allude to the fact that we had technical problems when we recorded the first time with them.
Yes.
Uh, so we did it again, but we tried to find a way to make it fun. There's a game in there, and you can enjoy that as well. And the record is a lot of fun.
And they're
So
super cool.
if you like, yeah, if you like good pop music, which I think we do around these parts, you will enjoy
We
the
do.
record. Yes.
Yes.
So there's a bunch of like sad, depressing music news, but I don't want to talk about that.
No.
Here's what I want to talk about. And this might seem self-serving. I'm sorry, let me rephrase that. This is self-serving, but let me just say this for everyone to know. One of our listeners sent to us. We interviewed a few weeks ago Alan Niven, who
Mhm.
has a great book about his time as the manager of Guns N' Roses as they were reaching their ascendancy and then becoming stars. It is called, is it Sound and Fury? I believe. I really should look these things up before we start rolling.
Yep.
Um, but it is called Sound and Fury, and
Mhm.
it's a tell-all in the best way possible, where it is nothing but
Yes.
just story after story after story. And the book was scheduled to come out in July, and that's why we ran the interview to lead into the book release.
Mhm.
It has been pushed back to September.
Mhm.
So all the more reason you want to get your pre-orders in now. And
Indeed.
what and why has it been pushed back to September?
Hmm.
Not for any reason that makes sense to anyone else.
No.
Axel is not happy with it.
Shocker.
So if you needed another reason to read the book or to listen to our interview, an interview which, again, not to pat ourselves on the back, but no one else is doing it.
Mm-mm.
Alan's PR person listened to it and said, "I have never heard him talk about this stuff." And we got off the main topic and we went some different places.
We did.
And if you've heard interviews with Alan talking about Sound and Fury, it's good. It's a really good book. It's a lot of fun. But listen to our interview because it's different than what you've heard elsewhere.
Yes. It is. And
Thank you for your
we go
attention in this
down a
matter.
very deep, like we go deep.
Oh, we do go deep. Yeah. We
We
like the
do.
deep end, as we
We
told our friend
definitely
John
do.
Denham.
Yes.
So let's focus on that, in that it's making Axel angry.
I mean,
And and let's enjoy a Secret Monkey weekend.
yes. Who makes nobody angry? Because they're
No one's
really
angry.
cool.
Yes. So you know all the rules, but I had an idea as a way to make this a little more enjoyable since we're probably going to be having some of the same questions we asked you already. We're going to play a game. I'd like to say it's going to be me and Heidi versus you three to make it fair.
Okay.
Let us
This is
see
not fair.
while we are talking how many Secret Monkey Weekend song titles we can fit into our questions and answers into the conversation without making it insanely obvious what we're doing.
Okay.
Okay.
Challenge accepted?
Yeah.
Challenge accepted. I think we can.
Okay.
And this is
Okay.
supposed to be like to make logical sense, or is it like Mad Libs or something?
Kind of both. Like, it doesn't have to make complete logical sense. Like, we just usually, in our data, we've never played this with guests before. We just play it with each other
Done.
all the time.
There we go. Okay. I'm back.
So
Sorry.
that makes it special. You guys are the first we've actually played it with. But we try to make it make, well, one of us tries to make it make sense, which is me. The other one just keeps adding lyrics. I try to make it conversational. So it really doesn't matter.
All right.
It can be however you want it to be.
All right.
Is
So
there a slot in so Ella's a lot closer to the mic because Ella is quite a bit. Okay. All right. All right.
are we all good?
Yeah.
Yes.
Amazing. So I'm going to say it again because it still rings true. Um, the record is lovely. The songs are lovely. It's just I feel like a lot of your music is just filled with so much joy and so much happiness. Um, can you talk a little bit about how you got together, the three of you? Because there is a familial relationship here.
Mhm.
Well, you know, we kind of have all the time in the world. So because I'm homeschooled and
Mm,
I've been homeschooled for the past few years, so that at least has made it a lot easier for us to write songs and play music together. But we started like 9 years ago, when Ella was learning bass, and I think she and Jeff were playing together in the music room, and you know, I had a greater mind to hop back there on the drums.
Hmm.
mm. And so, sorry, go ahead, Heidi.
No, it's fine. I thought after all this time, like we can be friends by now, but apparently not. That's
You're
fine.
right, yeah.
But obviously, we've just for so our audience knows, we are all friends. We've talked before, and your story is amazing. And you started playing when you were really young, and have done some incredible things and have come really far. So I don't want to, just because of our screw up, because we had some technical difficulties, I want to make sure that our listeners get to hear a little bit about that too. So I think we have to kind of share that piece of it about you.
Yeah, like how we came together as a family. Kind of,
Yes,
Exact, yes.
if you don't mind. Sorry.
yeah. So when I was 9 and Lila was 4, before Jeff came into our lives, our father was a fellow named Matt Brown, and he was taken from us pretty suddenly. Um, when we were 9 and 4, and um, so we had a big hole in our lives for a long time. Um, and then we knew of Jeff. I'm sorry, did you just hear that giant crack of thunder?
Yes. Oh, and now we hear the dog. That's perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yes, I love it.
In that order. Perfect.
Yeah, it sounded like a bomb went off.
It's-
Anyway,
Mhm.
sorry for that. So our father knew Jeff here from you guys were music colleagues together. So they were in a couple bands together. And my mom wanted me to continue guitar lessons. I had been going to a guitar club at school, but uh, that ran its course, and so she wanted me to continue being a musician. So she decided to sign me up for guitar lessons with Jeff, and I think we really bonded, and we had a good relationship. And then he started developing a relationship both with Lila and my mother. And then soon, kind of before we knew it, we were spending a bunch of time together, and we were family.
And we
Yeah.
ended up adopting a dog, Maybell.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was
That's
wondering.
awesome.
That was the first commitment there, I think.
Yeah.
I was gonna, yeah. So, because I had read somewhere Laura Joe was her name, but Maybell.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, one of you, I believe, has a connection to Grant Hart, or are you just big Husker Du fans?
I do. Grant was so Grant and my dad played together some music. Grant had a solo career later in
Hmm.
his life. And my dad became one of his many touring drummers, but they bonded together. And Grant stayed at our house during these tours, and so he
Probably
kind of,
slept on this couch, probably.
That's awesome.
yeah, and he became kind of my I'd almost call him like an uncle like figure. Like he liked to play with me, he played music with me. And so he was a very positive and sweet influence on my early life, and I was in contact with him till he died in 2017.
That's awesome.
That's lovely.
Did you guys used to go to the candy station, things like that?
You know,
The concession stand. That's where that came from. Yeah.
yeah, my strongest memories of him is I remember going to all the record stores with him to try to what's the word,
Consign.
consign his records. Fortunately, I don't think he was a big candy dude. He did give he did buy us like maple syrup because we didn't have maple syrup, and he was like, that will not stand.
Mm.
Not stand. A good home does not lack maple syrup, so you hook.
That's
Where did
fair.
yeah, what about Honey Num? Is that like, was he a big honey guy?
Honey Nums are like the next cereal that we hope to have a sponsorship with.
I like this.
Yeah.
Perfect. That's a great
Honey
idea.
Nums.
That's
So-
an excellent idea.
So
I
how
have a feeling it'll be like one of these supermarket chains as their bargain brand of Honey Nut Cheerios.
I could
They'll
see
be called Honey
this.
Nums.
yeah.
And I can hear the jingle. Like, I feel like it may, like the jingle will be playing over the stereo, like in the supermarket with that like
Mm.
ethereal kind of supermarket sound.
Yeah, you could cut out the record off the back of the box and
Yes.
That would be
That's awesome.
That'd be
And there would
amazing.
also be a little mini like action figure of the whatever the,
the bee or
it
whatever
doesn't
it is.
necessarily have to be
Yeah.
a bee. I feel like it might be, they're more clever than that. Like, I feel like they're not
Mm.
going to go lowest common denominator of a bee.
Yeah,
Could
we
you
in the
put
box.
we could do Mimi and Merida, you know.
could you put like a second song on the back set? I don't know if a flexi disc. Could you put like a new song on the back there?
Yeah,
could.
I remember
Something like
getting those types of records in the early 70s, and I think,
Yes.
Yeah.
unfortunately, the B side was just cardboard, and I'm
Yeah.
sure I probably tried to play that, but yeah,
It's worth it. You never know.
I feel like maybe they might have improved on it, or we might be able to improve on it. I feel like we've
If
come
we
a
can do
long way.
anything.
I remember when I was about like 7, they did CDs in Happy Meals, and I still
Oh,
have
yeah.
some CDs. They were like 5-track Kids Bop CDs, but
were
But
they
they brought
CDs or
Ella
were they
so
mini
much joy.
discs?
CD.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah,
Well, and that's the kind of thing like so many people, those are the things they throw away.
Yeah.
And I feel like so much of your music and the celebrate because the name of the band, first off, let's go to this. So
Yes.
can you explain the origin? Because it's such a great story of where the name of the group comes from.
Well, there's a friend of the family, and he became friends with us just about the same time that I started dating Laura, I guess, and then
Was it Mickey Dolenz?
oh well, I wish. I was gonna say Colonel Parker, but
That'd be good too.
That would be awesome too.
his name rhymes with Mickey. It's Ricky.
yeah, a guy
so-
named Ricky.
Okay.
And he would take
Ricky Dolenz.
both of them to vintage shops and to see movies and maybe I don't know, art galleries. So he was sort of he was like it still is like an uncle figure. And
I
one
love you,
this
Ricky.
this box of magazines, and some were from the 1920s, but 1967 happened to be the edition of Tiger Beat that we had, and I think it was June 67, and it had the monkeys, all 4 on the cover. Then it had these captions on the front like Paul Revere says this, Davy says that, and then right in the middle of the front of the cover, it said Secret Monkey Weekend. And almost exactly the same time we started making music was when we got that. And there just didn't seem to be any other option for a name that was just staring us in the face, and we all agreed on it almost immediately.
Yeah.
Now, I hate asking this because it makes me sound old, but Ella and Lila, are you Monkees fans?
I would say so. I mean, not like a major. Like, if you ask me to name 20 songs, I'm in trouble. But
Okay.
I like them. Yeah,
I enjoy the Monkees. I mean, I don't. They're not a band I go out of my way to listen to, but if they're on the radio, if they're just playing, I enjoy them.
I'm the
And
big
so
Monkey fan.
it was,
And
that's the thing.
their dad was too. In fact, their dad, in addition to playing drums and bass, he played a little guitar. And I remember him showing John Howie how to play a Monkees song too long before he died. So, yeah, I grew up when they were on TV the first go round.
Hmm.
And I think on Saturday mornings in the early 70s, there were reruns. So I was all engulfed by Monkey Mania. I wanted the car. I thought they were great and they were funny. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know what happened to it, but I know Dad had one of their albums signed by Mickey Dolan. I want to say like
Ooh.
Aquarius and Pisces or something like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, what is it? The last thing is like Aquarius and Jones,
Yeah.
Yeah.
LTC or LLC or
Yeah.
something like LTD,
Mhm.
something like.
Yeah.
So where are your musical? Because there are three different uh, ages and musical tastes represented in the group, which is one of the things that I think makes it so interesting. Um, what are those groups that for you or musicians, songwriters that that is that sort of Venn diagram of the three of you where Secret Monkey Weekend kind of resides?
I'd say, I mean, I feel like the Beatles is something that we all can agree on that we love
Yeah.
a lot.
The band.
The band.
Mm.
I cite Levon Helm as my inspiration.
Oh, did you ever get to see him play?
No, I think
Oh,
I think he died when I was really little.
I did.
oh,
I did.
oh, so great. So great.
Um,
Sorry.
well, I was just going to say that you said a Venn diagram where different bands overlap and maybe we're in there.
Mm.
Hmm.
Sometimes I know it seems easy and a cop out, but some of the reviews that are coming out lately seem to have found it for us. They're saying things like, um, you know, if the Kinks and the Go Go's had children, that would be us.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right.
Somebody
I
squeeze.
That is not bad at all.
I would not turn my nose up at that.
And I've heard
Mm-mm.
Tenders and Yardbirds. I can see that on some of the songs.
Okay.
But yeah,
Get
that's
that.
I can get on board with a lot of that.
Yeah, those are all good. Those are great.
And then to the one of your records, I believe it's the new one, is produced by Don Dixon, who
Both of
worked
them
with both of them, who worked with the Smithereens, friends of the show, and
Mhm.
REM. Um, how did that collaboration come about? Because given his pedigree, he's not producing records for just anybody. I'm assuming you got to kind of win the dude over.
Yeah.
I'll start and they can take over.
Yeah.
But I grew up loving Don Dixon's music. I think around when I was around 17, his band that was based in Chapel Hill and Raleigh then, probably the very late 70s, was called Arrogance. And they had been together all of the 70s, again, based in Chapel Hill and Raleigh. And I started go to see them when I was their age, actually Lila's age, because I could sneak in at 18. The drinking age was 18, but I could actually worm my way into these shows. And that's how I started seeing live music was Arrogance. And Don Dixon was the bass player. The co-lead singer was Robert Kirkland. Um, let's see, fast forward 8 years, I had my own band called the Hanks, and we became Robert Kirkland's band for a year. So it was kind of like the band playing with Dylan. That's how we felt like wow, this guy's an influence, and we're his band now. So when that was over, I still continued to be in touch with Robert. Over time, I started saying hello to Don. Of course, by this time, Don was like nationally and world recognized as a record producer and as an artist himself. And he continued to produce on through the, I guess, 90s, 2000s. And I think we finally met sometime in the early 2000s. When we got up the nerve to ask him to be our producer, it was after we had played a show together. We had played a book reading
Yes.
in Chapel Hill, and then Ellen Lila can continue.
Yeah. So our first album we recorded it at Mitch Easter's studio, the Fidelatorium, and that's not far from Winston Salem.
Yeah.
Where is it from? Where is
Cartersville.
it?
It's about 10 miles east of Winston-Salem.
But yeah, that was just an amazing experience. And then for our new album, um, you know, we didn't want to go way out because we got two puppies a few months before, and we didn't want to be too far from home, so we went to Magnetic Sound. Is the name of the
That's
studio?
right, Magnetic
Mhm.
Sound Studios. in
Dave
Durham.
Tilley studio.
And Don just did what he did on the first one. He just let us be ourselves. We recorded everything live, and then if we needed to do some, hey, let's add a second guitar, let's add a solo, let's do hand claps, let's do backing vocals. I think Way Out, I could be wrong, is that the one that we kept the live vocal, or am I thinking back to the last album?
I don't remember.
Not sure.
Oh, I think Bosky was, that's it. I think Bosky on the first album was a live vocal, lead vocal. And I said, I don't think I can do any better. But yeah, this second album, we were a little closer. We were probably within the confines of this room, which is like maybe 15 by 12. The room was much larger, but we could make eye contact. We could almost touch one another while we recorded this album. And the first album, we were probably more like, I don't know.
You were like way out
Yeah,
somewhere else.
30 feet
Yeah.
apart.
You were in a different room.
I was in a little guitar chamber, behind glass.
Yeah.
So to get to work, I mean, you mentioned Mitch Easter Studio. One is pretty damn cool. How often in working with Don Dixon, Ella, did you just want to turn to him and be like, how does Mike Mills do it? Can you just make it exactly like how he does it?
I don't know. I guess my philosophy in the studio is just like tough it out. Honestly, I just played it like I always play it, and he made it sound good. So I guess I did what needed to be done, right?
Lila got to meet Mike Mills when we played in Athens for the first time 2 or 3 years ago. He was at the bar where we were playing, and I led Lila up after the show, and Lila offered him an album, and
you offered him an album.
I offered him, and I asked Lila to sign it. I said, "Why don't you sign it to Mike Mills? I am Superman, and I can do anything."
That's amazing.
The thing
That-
is, I know he gave it to Mike Mills because when we went up to meet him, I didn't know who I was talking to. I was just like, oh, this must be some friend of Jeff's who lives in Athens. No, it was Mike Mills.
Well, I feel confident I did introduce you, but maybe you just were so, I don't know. Are you sure about that?
I don't know. Mike is a common name. I was just like, oh, this is some guy named Mike.
Okay.
Yeah. If he was wearing that suit from like the Monster Tour, the like nudie suit, it'd be much easier to be like, oh, I recognize you. But he probably doesn't wear that around on like a random Thursday.
And on a random Thursday, he isn't like the most, he doesn't stand out quite as much as.
This is true.
No, he's just wearing like a jean jacket and
Mm.
something like that.
It's exactly what I would expect.
Because I was forced to go sit out with the car and make sure nobody stole our gear, and then there would be Mike Mills.
Of course.
Wow.
By the time I get back in, they tell me this like, look, Mike Mills was here, and I'm like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Of course.
Lila, Jeff, this is how bands break up.
Yeah. Well, that is actually very similar to the story of how I did not meet Michael Stipe back. I was playing with Chris Stamey 32 years ago, I guess 30, 93 to 95. We did
round down
trios and then full band. And then we did a songwriter series for a couple of years. But the first time I ever played out of state, maybe ever, was with Chris, and my roommate went along for the ride with me. She rode with me, and while we were playing or setting up, Michael Stipe was outside, and my friend was smoking a cigarette and eating a muffin, and Michael's words were, "That looks really good." and I don't know whether he meant the muffin or the cigarette. But the
Could be
point
either
is,
one.
I got to meet him, wasn't even sure who it was, and I'm going, oh my. But yeah, he was there to see us play, and I missed my opportunity.
Was that Nancy?
Yeah, my friend Nancy. Of course, I did get to meet Mike and have a fairly good conversation with him, just one on one, in the dressing room when I played a Big Star tribute 7 years ago at Cat's Cradle. And in fact, I had a good long talk with him, good long talk with Pat Sansone from Wilco, who's in the same show.
Well, I was gonna say they play in that Big Star tribute band.
They have this thing called the Big Star Quintet or something.
Something like that.
Yeah. And then there's he's not with them anymore, but for a while he was actually in the reformed Big Star. Ken Stringfellow. He and I had a really good talk too. So yeah, I got to meet these people, but I except for that show, nobody got to see me play.
Yeah.
So I want to get back to your music in a second, but Jeff, did you say you played in the Big Star tribute show?
I played in one show, yeah.
Okay.
Would have loved to play them more, but
yeah. Did you sing on it? And what's your Big Star like?
I chose for myself. Let me back up. Chris kind of chose for me "Stroke It, Noel," or Noel in the from the Big Star third album, and then played a set that was not Big Star third. I sang "My Life Is Right."
All right, not Kangaroo.
Yeah.
All right, fair. So how did the new record? This is your second full length release, correct? How has the songwriting kind of changed since the first one? Has the communicate, because the three of you kind of write together, or people bring in different things, right?
Ella's more active now. I think Ella's only credit on the first record was writing one with Lila.
Yeah.
Fashion's Blood Baby, which was about
Buffy.
That was my nickname in high school. Yeah.
And Lila and I contributed on two more, I think, on that album. But this album, Ella had a lot of ideas, and sometimes Ella would come to me with music, sometimes almost finished song, sometimes just words, but whatever it needed, we would sit there and finish it together. And Lila and I worked on "We Can Be Friends" on this one, basically the lyrics, but we had been talking about doing a song like that for a long time.
Yeah. Yes, I guess that's more kind of influence from the whole band this go around.
Yeah.
And so I really enjoyed writing songs for this album, kind of, I don't know, delving into my psyche a little bit for inspiration.
Yeah.
So I helped write, let's see, "So Much Joy." That was a co-write between me and you.
Yeah. Ella's introspective. She's doing what I did when I was her age, and I write about, I don't know, more surface things these days. Maybe I'm not want to give away my troubles.
You got the angst out of your system.
Yeah, I did get the angst out.
Yeah.
I feel like I haven't had a lot of inspiration for songwriting recently. I'd really like to get back into it, but Jeff, don't cry to me if I don't have any songs.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, it's also and I think it is cyclical, right? I think that's what's nice about having multiple songwriters in the band, is it does shift. And Ella, last time we talked, you were at work while at school, right? Like you have kind of a lot going on to be angsty about right now. Like,
I graduated in May, so that's
congratulations!
Congratulations!
Woohoo!
Yeah. So not that last semester was a little like, but I did it summa cum laude.
Woohoo!
All right.
So that's part of my life is done for now. But yeah, I work and I'm in a band, and that's not even to mention like my social engagements.
Of course,
right.
Yes.
That's a lot to do, but I always try to make the time for music when I can. It is my first love, and so I'll always come back to it and devote a lot of time to it.
We can be friends. We can be friends. I like ponies, dolls, and shoes. You like bugs and getting
You can check us out on all the various socials. Be sure to visit our website at rockandrollgradschool.com, and don't forget to leave us a review.
Today's show is produced by myself and Heidi Hegquist. Our reluctant producers are John Sauvé and Sandy Stone. Our willing producers are Rachel Allen and Randy Jeanette. Our intern is Zach Jackson. This one's for Philippe. Thank you, good night, and may all your favorite bands stay together.